more escort services for me. Don't be...
Vice City, 2002.
Oh, I kind of like it like that.
The key to feeling great is looking great, and the way to look great is to have great.
4.
I'm having this.
That's why it's cup.
Left auto.
How do you need to create something? Remove iron, remove it. You attend the DJ items. How do I? See, so this arrow person looks good. Understood? Now I am actually taking this guy down. Let's see what it is. Whatever it is. And your queen and bishop, he will end the move. Yeah, I'm taking my queen bishop. Swiss queen of play. So I put this, you put this. So when I pawn, then attack on the queen. Let's see what happens. After some time, some people one like this. Keep chatting. Hi, I wanna play. Down, jump. So, wanna play. What is that? So now, maybe, I don't know. Bishop, pawn. I want to improve my position. What is better? Your infant effort never can get very. Yeah, I'm doing like stream and all. Just thinking a lot, that's why. I think I'll put my knight here. That means 45. I think play sometimes with this. Then what is that? Okay. So I think I've got my opponent under me. Time to put my bishop here and attack that guy from. I don't know what this move is gonna do, but let's see. Let's see what happens. Are Oliver? Hello. Oliver. Okay, now it's time to put my rook in front of the queen. And then I put the headphones if there are people around, and then whatever I say, so it gets recorded. So even that is a bit beneficial sometimes. Okay, I think I've got this guy under pressure. Okay, he's pulling, going for my queen. If I do this, check. I come back, I go here. Should I sack my knight? Yeah, I know I'm attacking. Good. I think I'm gonna bring my rook. Okay, check. Queen goes there. Knight comes here. No. Ah. There should be my knight. You know what? I have a better move. I think it's a good move. I don't know.
You're going to sack the knight.
If he takes, what can I do? Yeah. Because I think putting it over here makes it best. Yeah, that's what I want. Check, check, check. I have to take this. Okay, he's got a minute, he's got 2 minutes. And now we need to figure out a way. He'll give a check from there, but he can check loose. He'll push this if I do this. Yeah. Well, he can't push this. He'll push this. Can he push this? No, he can't push this. No, I'll break his pawn structure now. Pawn structure now has staple on. But he's low on time. Come on, guys. So if you play like this, क्या करो उसमें and that because you were trying to push this. I'll do this. Yes, I think I got the move. Yeah, let's see what he finds.
What is that sacrifice?
Sack.
Yes, 30.
The reason I'm doing this is because come on, Ado, come on.
That's the sack the rook.
Let's see if it takes the rook or takes the what. If you bring the rook in the game,
If he takes the pawn and what if 10 second hold?
that's why I put him in the pressure. Check, check, check. Should I go come back? Should I go down? Okay, if I go down, it will be of no use. How about this? This? No, no, no. We can exchange. Yeah. What do you think? Wait, I have an idea. My idea is to. There's a mate, right? No, there's a mate.
Time of the
What is he playing for draw?
Now he tries to draw. What?
The point 3 seconds. Can I bring everything in the middle? No. I won on time, but let me see. Okay, so before we go there, let's see 2 views. Okay, no problem. One open. Analysis both. Let's see what is to be good. This is good about Lichess.
Free energy. It doesn't so brilliant and all now, but
It is good. Even so brilliant is a good move. This was not good. Blunder, it was not right. But Yeah, this was a big mistake. You played also right. I got here. I did this. I attacked the player. Got the bishop. Then done. Got this. Then back. Got this. Then there's this. Attack this. Okay, the best move was to put the pawn in the front. Got that. Black was winning actually.
The ending only we got seen.
And then this was a better. You know what was my idea? My idea was
The pawn, na?
if it takes the pawn, I'll put my bishop like here cut, or put my rook sack, and then use this arrow, bishop and queen. That was
He
my.
used the
Anyways. This time we got white. Rating बड़ा नहीं. 1-3 I think 1-3 नहीं है.
no, it was 1389.
हाँ okay. This what I'm playing right now is Scandinavian. I can play blind for Scandinavian until move number 12 for the team. If he also plays the same thing. Obviously. So he realized. Still go for this. Oh, he's giving up his one pawn.
Now his bishop is stuck.
Obviously, that's the reason I went there. I'm gonna attack by this. How? I would never give it to him. I'm looking for peace. I'm already a piece up. My whole idea is if you take that attack, I don't think this is a good move, na? That's not a good move, right?
Could be.
Whenever you are in attack, you should go and release the attack. Don't create more threats. Sort of play to the first release the pressure and then play active playing whatever. Yeah, this is a good move for us. So this will open up my king and double my pawn. But he's 3 pieces and I'm 4. That is what's gonna help me later. Let's come here all the way down. Let's get my king out of the problem way. Yes. Rook needs to be planted. I think I'll bring his rook in front of my queen. Not the best move, but might come in. I'm gonna sack my bishop. Good boy. Okay. Decent player. Alright. Okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna push this, back this. No, I think so. Yeah, back this. Happy attacking, bro. Happy attacking. I'll
I'll get my double pawns back to single time. What? What the fuck? Resign? Resign.
How is it?
Yeah, I can see that. I didn't attack. What a go match? You can play, I think. It's not that difficult. Any challenge? There was time when I had like 100 minutes. It takes time.
How you decide?
So, if you do this and if you're making great money, I don't think you do really well about it. It's a dream job for a lot of people. But at one time it gets boring.
अरे but
Waste of time.
I think how it goes. You need a good addiction, but it is not good for the time.
Yeah, for you to make really good money through chess, it's gonna take a lot of time, not just like few games, like maybe years also. So it's better to put yourself out there, be vulnerable, lose games, win games, learn, take the real pressure in. I think I should do this. And then if you take it, I'll take it to you. Or you do not do that. Good guy. I don't mind. I don't want to right now. I don't want to go. Night and then here I go. Which one it is?
No.
He's asking me to capture it through this or to move my mission somewhere else. He's gonna come here. He's gonna come here. See, next move is this. Attacking my team. Bro. Can't do that. I can is going from a night over. This guy is good. Good fun game. I can't get knight and he has to do knight here. Never mind here. This. Let's come here. In one up there. I'm not sure it's the best move, but let's see. Anything is better than this. It's a very passive move. Okay, guy wants to change.
I will take an easy up now. Take the black. He take. Yes. Now he takes the knight, he can take the knight. Just chill up.
I'm thinking of. I don't know. I'm 1 pawn up, 2 pawns up. What did he do? Why? Sometimes I don't understand what
Now he takes up.
which pawn he takes. He takes and I'm taking, he takes, I'm taking rook. This guy did not do the same mistake. I think he's much better.
This guy
Oh, he's Doing the same mistake. Oh my god. I'm so sad.
He must be thinking, why you?
Very good. Lost it. Lost it. Check do kya?
Nice poke you had here. But this ball is an
Check. Check. Should I bring him back home or should I? Yeah, here is better, I guess. But he'll bring his queen and keep it here, and then he'll attack this guy. That's what he's gonna do. What if I just play my rook here? No, then I can't jump before. Or he might play his rook here and jump. Okay, too many variations. I'm thinking of. Okay, let's jump. Yeah, I think it's going to be
to attack.
But I'm 3 on 2, so actually that should be. Oh,
He is aiming for that ball.
so what do you think? Rook? Let's see. Let's open one space for the king. He wants that pawn no matter what. How about a queen exchange? What's in my favor or not? Yeah. Still 3 on 2, so yeah. I don't want to, fuck my structure. Take my queen, no problem. His points are just completely fine. Can't do much about it. Oh my boy. This cancer I have right now. And right now I'm gonna attack your 3 pawns.
What's wrong if you work on the left, it will open his corner.
He's gonna come here.
Take a knight.
He's gonna put his queen here. No, I'm gonna push my rook. I'm low on time, but it's not a lot. Attack and find a check. Okay. We don't want to lose that point. I don't mind to lose that point. How about
Take it now.
it's going to take after doing my
Hit. Oh my god. Why double?
अरे मैं चार्जर लाया क्या चलिए मैं चार्जर yeah this one this black thing yeah like it's already charged this is like oh look what he did he pushed his pawn double bro this is not good for you I'm 45 seconds bro I need to play a bit faster check I have a mate in one I have a mate in 1 and 2 squares at C he didn't even see it oh it's not mate in 1 it is अरे bring here Anna, what are you doing? Okay, how many wheels you got? See, starting with 4 wheels you got. Okay, new rating, make the rating 1402 plus. It's okay, it has to be. It's उसमें आवाज की है. Four views, one concrete view. This was a bit tough, you know. You made me think a bit. इसका ये देखते हैं कंप्यूटर में कौन से accuracy होती है. How much accuracy? तो अभी तो कौन था ना? हाँ. My was 91% accuracy. And it was 86. I get 3 accuracy, 1 from your 28, 91, not yet. There are a lot of 91 accuracy is good now. I normally aim 90% super accuracy. Pawn push, reverse, capture, pawn push, check, again. Okay, the best move was to exchange. Okay, group was a blunder. Why? We captured the pawn, he captured this, he didn't come from, he went back. What was the best move here? Yeah, that was the best move. He went here, so best move. And फिर okay, so put the rook. मैंने pawn structure sacrifice नहीं करा. Pawn structure में end में बहुत matter करता है. That's the reason I was like, but every pawn is almost equal to 3. That's how you go. इसका front में कहाँ पे आएगा? इसको ये करना है. है ना? I'm not even. Oh, I had this move. Oh my god, I should have played this move. You were telling me now you did that. What I did? When I got double pawn, I saw this line. So I did this now. When you came here, I just checked and that was me. ठीक है. Good game. Not bad. Can I play one? At least play one game. क्या हो गया? I don't know. Nothing will happen. Just one game. क्या? No. One long time you want? No. I haven't played in so much time. I watch here 55. Play one game. No. You have an experience. I played 3 games now. You played. I played. You don't want to play with computer. No. When you play with computer, na? I'll give you live. Live computer only I do. No, I'm watching. What is this? Puzzles. Okay, let's do puzzles. Yeah, find the best move for white. Okay. I think it's check. Find the best move for black. Okay. I think it's rook. है ना? Find the best move for white. Okay. I think it is this check. Not sure though, but oh! I thought this is king. That's not the check you are telling and taking now. I thought this is king. I didn't see only king there. What the fuck? Anyway, you find the best move for white. White. Okay, I think it is take by queen. Again take. There's no for white. Take the check. Takes, check, check. Yes. Sacrifice. Check. Goes there. Again. Find the best for white. Sorry. Again, king is still over. One check here. What else do you have? Oh, bishop check. Why did I see this? Find the best. You know, Gukesh used to play puzzles of start from 1000 and for let's say you just solve at least 65 puzzles of 300 or 3,000 and then used to go for his world championship every day. And when I'm doing nothing also, I go and solve 20 puzzles. So after solving all these puzzles and now हालत ही क्या हो गया इसका? Yeah, after doing all because these guys keep on coming with new ways of Prague one. Playoffs and Prague won as I told. It's a heartbreak. The Prague won on draw. He drew with elevator. He drew with elevator and he defeated Maxim. Maxim is a crazy player. And elevator drew with Maxim. Oh, here it is. Leonardo got 7. Firoza got 6.5. Maxim got 6. Serena got 5. Gukesh got 9. Maybe 4. He didn't even play all the matches. These 3 plays will play extra match. Okay. It's cool. It's not. Elo, he did minus 10 for Gukesh? Yeah. And he got plus 30. Minus 14 for Duda. Duda's a great player. But he's losing. अभी क्या चल रहा है? ताजा मास्टर. Who's playing here? Anish is there. Good ball. Aditya Mittal is there. Salim Tabakir is there. Good player. Yeah. There's one game I want to show you. क्या करो? Stream बंद करो क्या? 5 ही लोग आए. I should have thought. I want to see one game. One game I saw between. I think I need to change music. You know, group music with the fuck game. I could fuck game. See some music that is nice music, non-copyright. Everything over here is non-copyright. But there is no vocals, only music. ये यहाँ का क्या करूँ? गाना सुन के मेरा पूरा दिक्कत आ रहा है.
I start my day in silence. Where are my slippers? Where's my notebook? My dreams, write them down. Write down your dreams. Write down your dreams. Don't forget to write down your dreams. More silence. More silence. And now it's time to go. My journey to where I'm going is steady.
It is between Magnus and this guy.
I gather my belongings and my clothes,
will come to
my garments, my gloves,
when I'm not playing, I
my
do this.
socks,
Current game,
my heels,
rapid,
and I put them together in
and I
a
see
way
some
that I'm telling a story with my appearance. The silence starts to break. I start to sing to myself,
then I do my stuff.
engage
Sometimes I watch also what are they playing. Sometimes
Put
I
my
figure out
clothes on. And still, more silence, more silence. Where's my water? Drink plenty of water. Be fluid. Be one with water. Be one with air.
and Mukesh. Sorry.
Preparing myself for the adventure. For the
Yeah,
purpose
game
of
है ये.
music.
He sacrificed
For
his
the
queen.
sound to grow within my belly. I am ready to start my day.
It is nice, but Magnus sacrificed his queen. Hardest game.
I let my
He
vocals
sacrificed his
carry
queen.
me.
Can you believe that?
Carry me to the
All
next
that.
moment.
For 3 pieces, and from
for
there,
the winner in the Blitz,
what coordination?
in the tie breaks, 1 point
Yeah.
for the loser overall. And here we go.
Here we go. It's the King's Pawn opening from Anish Giri. No more English opening. And it's the Sicilian instead. This is very standard stuff. This is the opening
You also
repertoire that
got
Carlsen
other
was
videos of
relying
this?
upon in the
Add your comment.
2018 World Championship against Caruana. So lots of trades early on. Now Black's queen coming out, putting some pressure on White's knight in the middle of the board.
Now what he does, Vika?
Now, okay, White coming up with a
Attacking the
temporary
queen.
piece sacrifice. Magnus raising his eyebrows. The White bishop there is attacked. So if Black's knight was captured, White's light square bishop would have dropped off. Anish Giri, he must have hit Magnus Carlsen with this opening surprise. The world champion slightly frowning. He's confused. Black is a piece up, but he can't preserve his piece. Black's extra knight in the middle of the board will drop next. If it moves, then the black queen would fall prey to White's dark squared bishop. So that's a pin and quite an annoying one for Magnus to face.
He goes back and
And
jumps.
this line has actually been played before in 2000 between Daniel Campora and an internet, I think, grandmaster Hatan Batar from Mongolia, I think.
Yeah.
So
Strong players.
very strong players. Okay, and in that particular game, Black responded with supporting the knight with a pawn.
Okay, so Black's e-pawn can push forward and defend the knight in the center. That won't preserve the knight
can
long
push
term,
this
but it
and
does
defend
cling on one more move to that knight. So maybe you can take advantage
look what
of
Magnus
that
does.
move. What is Magnus doing with his mouse? He hasn't clicked on any squares. He hasn't clicked on any pieces yet. He's about to give up his queen. Is that right? Oh my God, Magnus Carlsen has just given up his queen.
What?
He's going to get 3 pieces in return. But look at this, the black knight, I said it was pinned. It cannot move. It stepped back, capturing a bishop. And then White's bishop took a queen. Right now, it's a crazy imbalance. White has a queen, black has a knight and 2 bishops in return. So actually, 3 pieces, they add up to 9, a queen worth 9. It is roughly balanced, but when a queen is on the board, it's all about king safety, and black's king is a clear target in the middle later on.
Yeah, and I have to say one thing as well. It's all about how those 3 pieces actually been played before.
White coming up with the Giri, no more English opening, and it's the Sicilian instead. This is very standard stuff. This is the opening repertoire that Carlsen was relying upon in the 2018 World Championship against Caruana. So lots of trades early on. Now Black's queen coming out, putting some pressure on White's knight in the middle of the board.
Now
okay, White coming up with a temporary piece sacrifice. Magnus raising his eyebrows. The White bishop there is attacked. So if Black's knight was captured, White's light squared bishop would have dropped off. Anish Giri, he must have hit Magnus Carlsen with this opening surprise. The world champion slightly frowning. He's confused. Black is a piece up, but he can't preserve his piece. Black's extra knight in the middle of the board will drop next. If it moves, then the black queen would fall prey to White's dark squared bishop. So that's a pin and quite an annoying one for Magnus to face.
And this line has actually been played before in 2000 between Daniel Campora and an internet, I think, grandmaster Hatan Batar from Mongolia, I think.
Yeah.
So
Strong players.
very strong players. Okay, and in that particular game, Black responded with supporting the knight with a pawn.
Okay, so Black's e-pawn can push forward and
not what
defend
happened.
the knight in the center. That won't preserve the knight long term, but it does cling on one more move to that knight. So maybe you can take advantage of that move. What is Magnus doing with his mouse? He hasn't clicked on any squares. He hasn't clicked on any pieces yet. He's about to give up his queen. Is that right? Oh my God, Magnus Carlsen has just given up his queen.
What?
He's going to get 3 pieces in return, but look at this. The black knight, I said it was pinned. It cannot move. It stepped back, capturing a bishop, and then White's bishop took a queen. Right now, it's a crazy imbalance. White has a queen, black has a knight and 2 bishops in return. So actually, 3 pieces, they add up to 9.
You
A
can't
queen worth
capture the
9.
white,
It
can't
is
capture the
roughly
knight.
balanced.
He
But
captures it with the
when a queen is on the board, it's all about king safety, and black's king is a clear
found that,
target
see, that
in
is
the middle later on.
good for him.
Yeah, and I have to say
But
one
look at
thing
the
as well.
coordination
It's
for him.
all
Crazy level
about
coordination.
how those 3 pieces
Every
can
move
coordinate.
is
If they
like
cannot coordinate in a good
perfect.
way, don't ever sacrifice your queen.
They're all
Those
asleep,
3.
black's pieces.
Exactly.
We should mention as well, white cannot take black's knight right now on that left side with a pawn, because then black's rook in the corner would come down and take
And the
white's
other guy
rook.
is
So
a GM, and then
there's
he's a
another
normal
pin on
player.
this A line.
He's very
Black,
fluent.
his knight will survive, but Magnus Carlsen, I've played him before many times at Blitz. If you give him an artistic choice, he'll go for it, especially in the Blitz games, but it's extremely risky from the world champion. He's really gambling at this early stage. Like Jovanka says, it's all about coordination, piece coordination, but right now, black is a mile away, an age away from coordinating his pieces.
The first move that I would consider is this move that Anish has just played, and entice the knight to step backwards and then start moving forwards. And Anish is he's reading my mind. This is what I want to do.
Yeah, and there we saw Magnus, he almost pre-moved retreating his knight because he's also reading Anish's mind, your mind, Jovanka. He's expecting these moves, and Magnus is about to move his central knight in front of the black king out of the way. He's clicked on that piece. Which way is he going to go with that knight, though? Yeah, he's danced around too much, too long already with the black knights. It's really scary for the world champion. The black bishops, they are the problem pieces. They are yet to enter the battle.
Okay. And Anish Giri driving the knight backwards, attacking it. And the knight has a big problem. It has to move to the edge of the board. This is, and then again, what's it doing on the edge of the board? It can get locked out of the game. And suddenly, it will be a queen against 2 minor pieces, and that's not sufficient.
Yeah, and that's why Magnus pushes a pawn on this right side. Firstly, he's trying to break down the integrity of white's pawn structure, those far advanced white pawns, but he's also trying to find an escape route for that black knight trapped on the right, on the edge, just in case, as Jovanka mentions, it gets trapped. So he's trying to open up his black rook as well. I think he's committed now, Magnus Carlsen. The black king is too far away from castling. It needs to stay in the center. It needs to hide in plain sight. And after a trade of pawns, black's rook has opened up. Look at the evaluation bar, yet to settle down, yet to make up its mind. The reason I don't like this at all from Anish Giri is because black is now maybe got a target. Black is going to try and attack the white king. Look at this. He's pushed a pawn forward, daring Anish Giri to play en passant, which has just happened, capturing the pawn as if it just moved one square. So you can sometimes prevent your opponent from bypassing your own pawn. But Magnus now has opened up his light squared bishop, which was previously asleep. And now look at this, developing his rook across the board horizontally. That's rare. That's
rare.
Unique.
But I do think that white can copy as well. So he can get inspired by black's last move and also move his rook on the same line, 2 squares, and try to use the 3rd row. And Anish goes for a different option where he just locks out this black rook. And Magnus, wow, he is playing aggressive chess. He pushes his pawn forward, attacking the knight, driving it backwards, and saying to Anish, hey, every capture that you make is going to suit my pieces.
But look at this, Jovanka, because look at white's pawns right now. He's thrown everything forward. All of white's pawns are on the 4th rank. There's also one on the 6th rank. He's not caring at all about pawns, neither side about pieces of pawns. They're not even counting, I think, anymore who's ahead of material. Right now, that white pawn is attacking black's rook on the edge of the board. That pawn can actually just be taken by a black knight, but then white would gain time attacking the black pieces and forcing the black pieces backwards. So Magnus Carlsen, he's given up his queen already. Is he going to ignore his rook as well? Or is he going to move his rook? Is he going to take a pawn? So many choices for the world champion. This position is just crazy. I think even in the 2 players' minds, they are not sure who has the advantage. I'm definitely not sure. The evaluation bar is definitely not sure. This one is one of the wildest chess games I've seen probably ever, but definitely throughout the tour.
Yeah, and I can tell you, top engine choice is knight take, capture the pawn. Second is for black just to ignore the rook and just capture the knight.
Yeah. Okay, he takes the pawn, so he goes for the recommended move, and now after white gives up a pawn with the check, black recaptures, and now white's knight has jumped in. Magnus is under check. We see on his screen the king is highlighted. Wow. That just shows it's check, but he's getting ready to click his dark square bishop and take that white knight. And looks like it's happened. The black bishop took a knight, and Anish had pre-moved to recapture with the white queen. That happened instantly. And now the black knight retreating. It's still 2 knights and a bishop for the white queen, so roughly material balance. But look at this, white is trying to get to the black king, trying to open up lines, trying to find a path through. But so far, black's knight, bishop, they're controlling squares. There's no check, and if there's no check, maybe black is safe. And maybe black is okay.
And if there's no check and no threat of checkmate or anything, then probably it means that black can go on the offensive as well. So Anish pushing forward a pawn, trying to lock down the lines. Okay.
But black's king can start running, or black can even take a pawn on the side of the board with the rook on that left flank. Suddenly, okay, Magnus retreats his knight, just acting as a defensive piece now. I'm slightly surprised because that knight was preventing white's remaining rook from getting to the center. But Magnus, he's confident he's going to survive. Knights are a king's best friend, and there's 2 of them defending the black king.
And Magnus is just saying, hey, those 3 pieces will defend the black king, and the rooks, they're going to start targeting those weak pawns on the left and the right.
Yeah, those 2 black rooks, they're developing not in the way we normally see in chess. Normally we see the king castle and then the rooks come to the center. Those rooks are developing up and down the board. And actually, I just did a quick count. Black is 1 point up. If we talk about pawns, pieces, black is a pawn up. So after all of that kind of tactical melee, it's looking good for Magnus Carlsen. And Anish, he lifts his rook up the board. What's the plan? Maybe a defensive maneuver. Maybe he wants to bring that rook across and eliminate one of black's rooks. But
maybe he also wants to just step his rook to this 1 square and then maybe threaten a sacrifice or something. Anything to get at the black king.
Could have done that on the last turn. I think that's not his idea anymore, Ivanka. I think he's just purely on the defensive, Anish Giri. But Magnus Carlsen, he's going to move one of his rooks. I'm not sure which one, but he's going to move one of his rooks. Oh no, he moves his king. There we go, just looking on the screen. He dragged his king to the side there, away to safety.
And now there's danger on the board because the black rook is threatening to attack the queen. And that's why Anish gives a check, which is promptly intercepted by the knight. But look at the black king, safe as the proverbial houses.
Yeah, so Anish there, he's about to capture a pawn. He's pausing, he's changing his mind. Look at the thought process from Anish Giri. He's indecisive. He's not sure which direction to go for with that queen. If it can't break through to the black king, then what to do? Is he going to step back and take a pawn? No, he's changed his mind. He's going to bring his rook up the board. Is he going to challenge black's rook at the top there? He is. Will we see a rook trade now? This is how difficult the position is. Even at these top players in Blitz, they're not able to trust their instincts. It's all about calculation.
And the rooks are off, and now the queen will capture. No, the queen cannot capture the pawn at all. No, because, of course, black will also go and capture the pawn that is up for grabs. And suddenly,
Black's rook is
amazing. The knight that is sitting next to the king is an aggressive piece. So the white queen is forced into a defensive role. And the problem as well is that the queen and the rook are forced to defend pawns.
And, okay, wow, I was about to say, Anish Giri, he's banking on the fact that Magnus Carlsen's pieces, the knights and bishop, are tied down defending their king, but Magnus gives up a pawn. He's definitely not materialistic. He gives up a pawn in order to activate the black bishop, and Anish there, gesturing, looking frustrated, leaning back. Suddenly the black pieces are coming to life. Black's rook and bishop are teaming up against the same pawn. White's rook is a bit stuck. No targets. White's queen... Yeah, that's why a queen is actually worth the same as 3 pieces. But the problem is there's 3 of them. And if they coordinate, if they defend each other, just the fact there are more pieces to attack with can be decisive. So, okay, all the pawns disappearing on that left half. What a game. You're right, Kaya. Black's rook is now about to come across, maybe deliver a check. Black can take white's central pawn with his knight.
And the 3 pieces, untouchable.
Yeah.
The 3 musketeers.
Yeah, totally. And the rook is just there. Its sole job on the board is just to gobble up the pawns. So Anish dropping to nearly under a minute left on his clock.
Yeah, both players now around the minute mark. And the clock situation is not in either player's favour, but it's definitely Magnus Carlsen's favour on the board. And it's going to be difficult when you're facing a queen. There's always traps, there's always tricks. That's why he steps back. Look at those black pieces. Literally every single piece defends another piece. And, okay, Anish Giri, meanwhile, he's got fewer pieces to play with. So he uses the white king. I mean, this game, I'm going to go back and study it for hours, I think. Just so much to think about. Okay, the black bishop now attacking white's rook, breaking a bit of coordination with the pieces, but nope, the bishop is replaced on its previous square
and
by black's rook.
And that black rook, it's going to relocate itself 2 squares further down the board.
It's going to go towards the white king.
Yep, protecting the bishop, and at the same time, like David said, heading at the white king.
Yeah, it's going to swing across the board, that black rook, and again, supreme blitz strategy. This is why Magnus Carlsen is the best blitz player in the world, always defending his pieces. He doesn't care that he has no queen, he's just defending everything. Look at this, bishop steps back. He still created this nice little cozy home for the black king. I mean, that's the safest king I've ever seen, even though it's being stared at by white's queen, even though it's being stared at by white's rook.
Yeah.
That king is super safe.
It's incredibly safe. And also, Magnus just limiting all risk whatsoever. He just dropped his bishop back to protect his pawn. Okay, so check, and Anish just cannot do a thing. You know, now another pawn drops off the board.
Yeah, black's rook has gobbled up all the pawns, and black now is 2 points up, 2 clear pawns. All black needs to do is start going for the white king, I feel. Once the black pieces coordinate, it's going to be checkmate. Maybe we'll see checkmate coming. The black pawn can push forward to attack the white queen. Okay, Magnus just steps back with his rook. Deadly threat now of checking the white king from the front with the black rook. Also, for black's knight to jump in towards the white king, it's game over, I think. That white king is doomed. There's going to be no way to save this game. Magnus just needs the finishing touches now. The black knight can come into the attack.
Yeah, I was going to say the black knight, but Magnus says, okay, it's fine. I can just push my pawn. And again, every single one of Magnus's pieces are protected.
Yeah, it's as if the black king has got all his clothes on. The white king, look at it. It's naked. It has no protectors, no defenders around it. It's feeling really vulnerable right now. And the white queen has found a safe square, but not for long. No. Black's rook can give a check here. In 2 different ways, 2 different directions. He steps back, just again, protecting everything, overprotecting everything, just in case.
And well, Magnus is just really perfecting the art of, I was going to say suffering, making his opponent suffer.
And look at this black pawn, this lone black pawn. The pieces are all perfectly placed for black, so use your pawns now to create the threats. And white just trying to get to the black king, but nothing Anish can do here. Black's king is too safe. And okay, one threat on the board. White's queen is trying to take that black rook because there was a pin. It was undefended, so Magnus again defends everything. He defends his black rook, and he attacks white's rook, gaining time. And now the knights finally start to mobilize. They've protected each other for so long, but they will finish off this game.
And here it comes. The pawn is closing in on its destination, and another check. Just look how this is just an exercise in dominance. Now it's a queen on the board, and that's it. Game over. Magnus Carlsen wins the first tiebreak. Queen on the board, and that's it. Game.
Finished? He resigned, I think, yeah? You want to get their game. this guy is fine. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, hi, you reached? Yeah, it took you some time. How was the traffic? Okay, cool. Yeah, 15-20 minutes max. Maybe. One second, just give me a minute. Let me see the possible. Uh, convert like your cash. You got cash with you. I can give you a guy's number if you want. Like, nearby. You wanna like go alone by yourself or like what? Uh, I have a bike down and I've got a car as well. Let me see what is available right now. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, CN Sand from you. Let me have a look. There's a decathlon near Andheri West where one second. Sun and Sand, right? That's your yeah. But do you really want to do the exchange right now? Because if I do an exchange, we are open till like I think 8:39. They might be open after that as well. Okay, give me one. Yeah, the closest decathlon is in Viradisai Road, and it is 3 kilometers from your house, like from where you are. The closest one. Okay, and let me see the policy has it. That even the foreign exchange is almost 2.5 kilometers from your house, from where you are. Yeah. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll come around there and then I'll give you a ring. Okay. Yeah, yeah. No, no, I have still time for dinner. But I would be probably having dinner at home. My sister is here from our house because I told you right, we're leaving for Bali in 2 days. So we're just doing all that preparations. But don't worry, I'll come meet. We'll hang out, we'll chill for some time, and we'll figure out something. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Let's end the stream.